It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Kicking Out podcast. I'm Paul Zartman, joined by my co host, Austin Shepard, on this Friendsgiving, this Thanksgiving Eve, this, as Shep likes to call it, Blackout Wednesday.
Let's go.
So, Shep, we're a minute into this, so let's just dive right into it. What are we drinking tonight, Shep?
We're not getting anything fancy tonight. We're just going with the old faithful kettle one. We had a little bit early. We had some friends over for a little Friendsgiving, yeah, I guess you could say. So Shep started a little bit earlier than normal tonight. Normally I try to pace myself and don't start until Dynamite hits the air at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But maybe started right around the 5:30 mark tonight, But Friendsgiving, the fellowship, you got to do it. It's that time of the year. I am not a holiday person. Okay, I can tell I'm losing my voice. I feel like, but I am not a holiday person. The holidays suck. Okay. Anyways, that's a whole nother subject. But I don't mind going out and having a little bit of cocktails and libations, as Mr. Rhodes would say. Yeet.
Yeah. Yeet.
We started a little early tonight. Still doing this guy, but yeah. I got a full one here. I might take a break here by the time that absolute heel of a champion joins us later. Because
I wasn't even going to acknowledge him.
Well, you got to acknowledge it. Well, yeah. Anyways, yes. If you see me take a break, it's just because I ran empty.
Well, I figured I would join you, and we bought some stuff for the renewal after party that never happened. So it's been sitting in my fridge since October 14th. And I finally decided to break it out. So I'm doing some watermelon mimosa tonight.
Ooh.
From Smirnoff.
Look at you, you little fancy fellow, you.
Yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
Well,
it was this or the Jack Daniel's apple. So
now I like that. I've had that before.
Yes, it's good, but I figured I'd go a little bit lighter since I have the read tonight.
Well, that, and we could extend it out long enough where you'll have to go get a refill.
Yeah, we could.
No, we will, because I'm gonna have one, so you might as well have one too. We don't have to. We don't have to work tomorrow.
No, well, you don't. I do.
You don't have to work on Thanksgiving.
I got to do weather, first thing in the morning at like 6:30.
I tell you what, you just give me
go back to bed.
Yeah, you just give me your email and passwords. I'll go in and do the weather for you. It might be a little bit of colorful weather, but I'll do it.
It's sent by the professionals. I just cut out some breaths and put it on the air.
Oh, okay. Well, back in the old WROA days, there was a couple 1-2 o'clock in the morning severe thunderstorm scenarios where I was in the studio with one Matt Bear. So we'll just leave it at that.
Yes, we will. I've been told plenty of things that get us the E rating on here have been slipped on air by mistake. So we'll just leave that at that.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but we didn't burn the place down, and we didn't get electrocuted the one night. So I think it was a win-win.
Yeah, that's a fantastic win-win in my opinion.
Yes.
But all right. Speaking of, you mentioned him already, the heel champion Tanner did retain at Full Gear.
Dumb.
And obviously he's out celebrating already because as you can see, he's not here with us.
Let's be honest, he's younger. It's still the night before Thanksgiving. He's freshly married, so I'm sure his wife had friends coming into town and he had to go to dinner with them and do all that mumbo jumbo stuff.
But I hope she doesn't watch this with him.
Hey, don't worry, Tanner. Wife number 2 is always a lot better than wife number 1. Sorry, I'm sorry, Stephanie. I'm just joking. That's my personal experience.
I can second that notion.
So no, I'm just
Yeah.
joking, Tanner. Tanner, y'all in the honeymoon phase right now. Everything's just honeycomb and roses,
And Tanner did it right.
and
He's not like us. He's only going to get married once.
yeah, I'm only gonna get married twice.
We
now.
hope.
No stuff. Yeah, no. I'm done. I'm never getting married again. I got a great wife. She puts up with me for now. Guys, if she can put up with me for now, I mean, you imagine what I'm going to be like in 10 years?
Oh, man. I can only imagine. We'll be sitting here 10 years from now doing a podcast on AEW. You'll be having a drink.
I mean, I'll grow up by then, right?
Yeah. Tanner will have 5 kids.
Yes. I hope he does.
I have 3, and that's the max. Unless
I have 2, and that's the max.
Yeah. Well, we made sure there were no more. So unless I get a divorce, I'm not having any more children.
I don't like needles.
Not from me. It was all her.
Oh, okay. Well, you're lucky.
She's at work tonight, so I don't have to worry about getting something thrown at me from the other side of the room or something.
Well, that's good.
But all right. It is Friendsgiving. It's Blackout Wednesday. It's Thanksgiving Eve. It is Wednesday. So I guess we should probably talk about some Dynamite, shouldn't we?
I guess.
All right. Well, let's dive into tonight's Dynamite, where it is heavily focused on the Continental Classic, as we will see.
Let's just stop right there. Let's get it out in the air. So the Continental Classic gonna have a championship belt.
Yeah.
And it was announced that we're gonna combine the ROH championship and the New Japan Strong Championship into one belt. We're going to unify them into the Continental Championship.
Yeah, see, right? I've been I don't know, honestly. I am confused over this entire thing because originally it sounded like it was just a tournament. Then Eddie announces he's going to put both of his titles on the line for somebody to hold 3 championships as the first true Triple Crown champion.
Then Tony Khan and 17 Cups of Coffee come out and say, we're going to unify this into one, which really confuses me because you own a brand of ROH and you're going to basically take the ROH championship and take it away.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Like, I don't understand how that helps ROH. I know we focus on AEW, but let's be honest. We watch a lot of ROH on Dynamite and Collision and the pay-per-views. So how can you demolish or take away this championship that has a ton of history, especially with guys in your company? Daniel Bryanson,
Samoa
Joe. At one point, Cody Rhodes held that belt. Dalton Castle held that belt. Claudio held that belt. I don't know how you take it away. So I love the idea of this Continental Classic, which is kind of a rub of the G1, like the American version of the G1, right? A little smaller version. And then they threw the participants out earlier today, and Nigel, that's a good one. Yeah, Nigel held that belt.
Majin reminds us of that one.
Which Nigel had a super heelish pay-per-view last week, which I thought.
Yes, he did. It was fantastic.
He came out over the top. Like, all of a sudden, he just wants to be a complete dick. Whatever. It worked, though. He did a great job.
Yeah.
So you announce these participants, and it's just loaded. Absolutely loaded. I look at it, and the first thing I said was, if you're going to combine this into one belt, this is really going to shoot Eddie Kingston to the moon.
Yeah.
Because he holds the other two belts. Then they announced tonight that every time Eddie Kingston is performing, I shouldn't say performing, sorry. Every time Eddie Kingston is in a match, the belt's not necessarily on the line. But if you listen to Kingston's promo from last week, hey, every time I'm in the Continental Classic and every time the ROH and the New Japan Strong is on the line. So there's a little conflicting, little backtracking going on here. So it's very, very confusing.
Yeah. Majin says Nigel wants to get back into the ring, but Danielson doesn't want to face him.
When there's some when Nigel came, when there's some dirt sheets, let's call them, saying that the guy was in the ring trying to train, like he could be almost cleared.
Yes.
And I don't know. Nigel has neck or concussion issues.
I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to know. Go to Uncle Google and ask Uncle Google.
All right, I'll go to Uncle Google right now. But you keep on going. You keep on going with that lovely read you have.
Yeah. So we kick off match number 1 of the Continental Classic with Jay Lethal versus Swerve Strickland. Now, as it's been said umpteen million times tonight, this is not an elimination tournament. This is points. You earn 3 points for winning, 1 point for a draw, count out, things like that. 0 points for losing. All right. With that being said, towards the end of the Lethal Strickland match, Lethal connects with a huge pump kick, but his attempt at lethal injection is countered as Strickland drops the leg. He hits house call and then the swerve stomp to secure 3 points in the win.
I like this match. And the more I watch, I'm really, really digging Swerve. Mm-hmm. I can really, really like him right now.
Majin says, what a banger to kick the tournament off with. And I agree. This match, I wasn't too sure about this match going in because, you know, Strickland just had the Texas Death Match. He should be selling some of those injuries. And this match delivered for me.
It did. I don't know if I like Jay Lethal being a mid-carder because I really think Jay Lethal's better than that.
He is,
but I feel like he takes a lot of pins. He does.
Oh yeah,
but again, if you're going to push a guy, I can't argue him taking a pin to Swerve because Swerve could be one of the top 3 guys in the company right now that is just hot. And after that match he had with Hangman, that match was stupid. And the guy deserves to go over tonight and to progress in this tournament. So
yeah.
As much as I hate the dumbass dance from Prince Nana, it worked. It worked this weekend. Yeah, stop it, Paul.
Tanner's not here to do it, so
it worked this weekend, and it works for Swerve. So, match, great opener to the tournament, great opener to the television show. Was super pleased with it. And by the way, did you see somebody put it on Twitter today, X, whatever the hell you want to call it? Prince Nana in his early days in ROH as a performer, as a wrestler, the dude was a hoss. He was a built son of a buck. He reminded, like in the pictures, he reminded me of a mini Big E. Like he could go. So,
yeah.
Thought that was funny that somebody put that out there today.
Majin says he will say, though, the tournament feels big until you get to the odd man out in Garcia. No offense to Garcia, but everyone else in it is a bigger star.
I'll second what Majin just said.
I will too, and we even kind of get mentioned from commentary tonight that he is the underdog. The the dark horse of the match or something along those lines. All right. Up next, we go backstage to Renee Paquette, who is shown with Orange Cassidy and his partners for tonight. Cassidy wants to make an announcement, but Wheeler Yuta appears and mocks how much it took for Cassidy to win. He says it makes him sick that Shibata has his title and he wants to take it back. Nice little segment. Didn't really
Nice.
do much either way, but
No, nice little segment. And then at the end, what was the best part there at the end?
Yuta disappearing. Oh,
Well, yeah, that was okay. I agree with you on that one.
no offense to Yuta. I just they're trying so hard for this guy to be a heel, and he just comes off as over bullied, like the guy who's bullying because he got bullied. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but
No, you're not too far off.
So, what was your favorite part of the segment then, Shep?
You to walking away as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either that or Renee saying, sorry, we're out of time.
Yeah. It was okay.
Up next, Better Than You Bebe's music hits as MJF and Adam Cole hobble to the ring with crutches and a cane. MJF says he beat Jay White with one leg. However, he puts over White as one of the best wrestlers in the world, but nobody's on the level of the devil. MJF then proclaims himself as the greatest AEW world champion of all time. He says none of it was possible without Adam Cole, and he says that it's great that they are still ROH World Tag Team Champions. Cole says there's bad news as his ankle is in a bad shape and he's not even close to being able to walk. However, he says he will work his ass off to get back and he will do it at 100%. Cole says it feels like the entire world is gunning for MJF, but he says Cole doesn't have to worry about him. MJF sends a warning to the devil, but the camera cuts out and the devil is then shown laughing in reaction to that as Samoa Joe's music hits. Joe comes out to ensure honorable men honor their deeds regarding the AEW World Championship match MJF promised him. MJF says he thought about their deal, and his response to the rematch request is blow me. Joe grabs him, but Cole begs Joe to step off. He tells MJF that's what the old version of him would say, but the new version is a man of his word. Cole puts over Joe, but he says fans don't just love him because he's a great wrestler. It's because when he says something will happen, it does. Cole tells him to be a man of his word. MJF then decides to suggest a title match right now. Joe says no. Instead, he suggests they compete at World's End, and the champion agrees to it. Joe warns him that that worrying about the devil goes away today, as MJF is now considered his property, and people don't touch it without his say so. He will be a few steps behind MJF at all times. He will deliver the best version of MJF, and he will then take the title from him in front of those he knows and loves.
So let me fanboy here one minute.
Okay.
There was a little bit of me when they started talking about we're not going to face tonight. I want you at your best, yada yada yada. There was a little bit of me that thought Joe would say, you're gonna defend this AEW title on the biggest stage January 4th in Wrestle Kingdom.
That would have been awesome.
At the Tokyo Dome. I think, is it January 4th? I think it is January 4th. I'm making that up, but maybe last year was January 4th, so this year January 5th. Whatever. There was a little bit of me going, oh, we're gonna see Samoa Joe and MJF in the Tokyo Dome. Like, I know Tony Khan has a pay-per-view, obviously December 30th. But could you, I mean, as an AEW fan and as a professional wrestling fan to boot, to see rebirth of a Samoa Joe and an up-and-comer. And I say up-and-comer, I know he's an AEW champion, but he's 20-some years old. Imagine seeing those two guys at the Tokyo Dome and representing AEW and putting that belt on the line in front of, what, 70,000, I think is what the Tokyo Dome holds. I mean, come on. And Tony Khan.
And it is January 4th, by the way.
Okay, I thought it was. But Tony Khan could pull that off. He can make that happen.
Oh, he could.
And maybe we get a. I'm just fantasy booking here. Maybe we get a shit finish on December 30th, and they roll in and say, "Hey, get your asses to Tokyo because you're going to redo this match January 4th."
Mm-hmm.
I'd love.
Majin says, so if Joe is going to follow MJF at all times, what if MJF has to use the bathroom? Is Joe going to follow him in there too?
I mean, I don't know how to respond to
that. It's Joe. Anything's possible.
Yeah. So what's the next question there, guys?
We've got Orange Cassidy, Hook, and Shibata taking on Hager, Daddy Magic, and Cool Hand Ange. And Orange Cassidy grabs the microphone, says he has a Thanksgiving surprise as Danhausen returns. Very nice. Very evil.
The one and only.
Yes.
You know who Danhausen reminds me of? Without the paint.
Who does Danhausen?
Like, if you take his face paint off, you know he looks like Tanner.
Who?
Tanner. You know
uh-huh.
They might be the same size. Tanner might be a little bit shorter.
Speak of the devil himself.
Oh, jeez.
fellas.
Speak his name and he shall appear.
You look like you look like Danhausen without face paint.
The champ is here. Decided he'd finally show up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've already called
we can
you.
All go.
We've all called you a couple names before.
Oh, that's all right. I wouldn't expect anything different.
Yeah, and you missed out. Both of us are actually drinking tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Paul was shocked that I made a cocktail and joined you.
Yes, I was very shocked. Shep never drinks.
No.
No, never.
Although Shep Majin did say he made you go silent, so he wins.
I was trying to be nice. It's Thanksgiving. It's the holiday season. Like, my wife gets on me because she's like, dude, you can be an asshole. And I was like, I know I can be an asshole, and I can't stop it sometimes. So I'm trying to stop it in the holiday season. And Majin's a great listener, and I just don't want to be an asshole.
It's not Thanksgiving in Canada, though. They've already had theirs, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about Canada. Son of a maple syrup.
And what Majin said to make Tanner go quiet, or to make Shep go quiet, Tanner, is we're talking about Joe's statement where he says he's going to follow MJF. So he says, so if Joe is going to follow MJF at all times, what if MJF has to use the bathroom? Is Joe going to follow him in there too?
Brings up a pretty good question. I don't know, but Joe and MJF at World's End, we kind of all saw that coming, but
well, you missed it right before you joined, Tanner. I had this planned, in my mind, and they started talking.
Give him
about
the pencil.
They started talking about it in the promo. There was a little bit of hope there at one point where MJF says, "Look, I'm going to take you on, not tonight. I'm going to take you on January 4th in the Tokyo Dome in Wrestle Kingdom." And then we get those two guys in the Tokyo Dome, and then we also get AEW represented in the Tokyo Dome, which, we know the partnership with New Japan. So, I mean, we get I'm pretty sure Samoa Joe's already performed in the Tokyo Dome. Actually, I think he has. I'm pretty sure he has. But then we get MJF, who obviously hasn't. Mm-hmm. And then we get the AEW title on that stage. 70,000 people. Like, come on. Now, I know Tony Khan and 17 Cups of Coffee announced the pay-per-view December 30th. So I'm hoping a botch finish and it turns into a shit show. And Tony Khan runs out on that stage with a cup of coffee in his hand and screaming at these two guys and said, this doesn't work. I will see you guys in Japan on January 4th to settle this once and for all. There you go.
I like your booking.
My booking's amazing.
We are getting a few AEW talents in Tokyo. John Moxley, new AEW signee Will Ospreay, and then but they had to throw David Finlay in there. That kind of waters it down for me a little bit. Not gonna lie.
You don't like David Finlay?
I don't watch enough New Japan, I guess, but I just want to see Moxley and Ospreay one-on-one. But I guess we got plenty of time for that with Ospreay being all elite now. So starting next year.
Majin with a good question. Is it really much of a partnership, though? It seems we only get New Japan Pro Wrestling folks over here. Very few AEW guys actually go over there, it seems.
Yeah. Tony Khan needs to be not as selfish and share the love a little bit. And why wouldn't you? It's their biggest stage. You have 70,000 people. You got dumbasses like me that wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and watch it on a Tuesday. Or Wednesday, or whenever the hell it is. So why wouldn't you want to put these two guys, especially MJF, who, let's be honest, his contract's up next year. A lot of people say he's already signed, which whatever, but he's going to play that gimmick. Why wouldn't you want to put him on the biggest stage? Maybe the second biggest stage in professional wrestling. Let's be honest. We know WrestleMania is the biggest stage, right? Wrestle Kingdom across the world probably gets just as many buys. So why wouldn't you want to do it?
Bring up good points. Wrestle Kingdom, in my opinion, needs something because it is still popular, but I don't think it's near as popular as it was 4 or 5 years ago.
No.
See, I don't know.
I feel
are you
tapered off a little bit.
Are you saying it's because Omega and the Bucks are gone?
I think that does hurt it somewhat.
Mm-hmm. Because they obviously left and started their own promotion in the States. Doesn't mean we can't have them back. We can have Jericho back there for another year or two. We can have Omega back there for another year. Right. Bucks getting obviously ready to turn heel or starting this odd heel turn, which we can discuss at a later time. There's a ton of talent over New Japan that I think would really mesh well with AEW. And I know you're going to say, well, we get Forbidden Door, but I think the two Forbidden Doors we've had been pretty lopsided. So
you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
Not at all. Not at all. All right. So, Tanner, you're joining us right after Danhausen makes his return.
Evil return.
I'm really glad Danhausen returned tonight because, honest to God, even if he didn't, I was going to bring him up as a talking point tonight because I feel like they've kind of, unless this was the plan all along, they've kind of botched his return because we got the Halloween 3 vignettes right around Halloween time, then nothing happened. Then he shows up on that Rampage a few weeks ago and was like, oops, this isn't the right week. I'll be there next week. And then never shows up. It's like, what are we doing here? I just feel like they kept fumbling it. So hopefully something big comes out of it. I don't know. I want to see the guy wrestle more. I really do.
Yes.
We haven't seen him wrestle in 6-8 months.
Right, which that was part of his decision of not being on TV, I guess. I know Sean Ross Sapp reported this, that Danhausen himself told him that while he was injured, he didn't want to be on TV unless he could actually get in the ring. He didn't want to just be one of those guys, cutting little things backstage just to be on. So I can respect that. I mean, the dude's one of the more creative minds in wrestling. So I'm hoping if they did fumble plan A, that he had plan B, C, and even D in the chamber ready to go because that's how that dude operates. I mean, he made himself such a big name during the pandemic when nobody could really do much. he went into, his pro wrestling store just skyrocketed, and he knows how to market himself better than about anybody. So the dude's over. Put him in the ring more. Let's see what he can do. I don't know.
I don't think you're wrong on this. I really don't.
But I'm glad he showed up tonight because I was starting to wonder. I'm like, well, how is AEW messing this up so bad? They teased it, crowd got pumped for it, and then nothing for weeks. So
What was his injury?
I'll go look it up because I don't remember what it was because he's been injured quite a bit, unfortunately.
Well, he had a foot injury right when he debuted.
Yeah, he broke his leg once, and then did he have a collarbone injury too?
I think so. While you're looking that up, Majin says, move over Paul White. The Bucks are going to set a record for flip-flopping between face and heel faster than even you could.
We'll never see Paul White ever again.
He tore his pec in Revolution. Danhausen did.
Kind of ties into Paul White, too, so that kind of works.
Paul White tore his pec?
Paul White tore everything when he hit that car.
Paul White.
Honest to God, the dirt sheets didn't have any injury report on him or anything, so he must be okay.
It's because he's gone. He's never coming back. He never should have came back. And again, I can appreciate the effort, right? Let's give him an A for effort. But sorry, you might be the same age as Jericho, but you're a completely different size. Your body doesn't handle like Jericho does. Again, R.I.P. Paul White. Good job for trying to come back. You got body slammed on the A-pillar of a car in a suit and tie, and you rode off in the sunset.
I didn't think Captain Osano was supposed to show any mercy.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher got the last laugh, you dipshit.
Speaking of Adam Sandler, Shep's watching Happy Gilmore in the background.
I am watching
TV. Yes, he is.
Yeah, Happy Gilmore's
Classic.
in the background.
Classic.
I thought I was going to be late tonight, so I had my little setup turned around where I could watch the TV, talk to Paul, and probably watch the main event. But it actually got over in time, so I had to reverse it, and I haven't turned the TV off. So we got a little Happy Gilmore. And who doesn't love Happy Gilmore?
Classic.
Exactly.
I didn't catch all the main event tonight because I was watching on DVR, and of course, with the overrun,
it cuts off.
Yep. So.
Yep.
Oh well.
So Majin's on fire tonight. So he says Danhausen's been injured quite a bit because he's even skinnier than you, Tanner.
He is pretty skinny. I can appreciate skinny guys.
Got no muscle or anything. Taking on plenty of bigger guys, asking to be injured more.
He's really not wrong.
No, he's not. So towards the end of this match, this 6-man tag match, Hager misses with a splash as he gets beaten down with Shibata hitting a running drop kick. The former JAS stars then work together and attack Shibata until Danhausen gets on the apron and reveals he has Hager's purple hat. He then curses Hager while Cassidy hits him with a dive outside the ring. Hook then tags in, and he and Shibata go behind Ange and Magic to lock in sleeper holds. Had to switch because they had the wrong people there for a minute.
That was cool. I like that.
Cassidy hits an orange punch to Hager while the teammates gain a submission win.
Yeah, this is one of those matches. It was really stupid. I had a lot of stupid segments, but I enjoyed it. It made me laugh, put a smile on my face. That's what wrestling's supposed to do. Pro wrestling's supposed to do for us. So, love the hat spot with Danhausen. That was fun.
Don't know if you guys know this or not, but Majin likes this hat.
Yes, it's a good hat. But I gotta say, this former JS, I don't even know what they call themselves anymore. I'm over all their crap, to be honest.
They're just going by their names now.
Yeah, they're just filler, and I know we'll talk about them later on in a little bit, recapping later on in the show, but they don't move the needle for me whatsoever.
Yeah.
They're kind of just lost. They don't know what direction they're going.
Nope. But I did like the Shibata hook, sleeper hold, switch partners thing. That was pretty cool. But
That was cool.
I'm still waiting for Hook to get in a more serious story. I
Me too.
think it's going to take a heel turn, but I'm all for it.
Yep.
One of the good things on this backstage segment before the match was right at the end, Orange Cassidy goes, I had something to say. I had an announcement.
Yeah.
And they just completely ignored him. He was like, I had an announcement, guys. And they just completely.
Renee's like, we ran out of time.
We're out of
He's
time.
like,
It was good.
yeah.
So I like how he just grabs the mic and says, wait, before anything else, here's this.
Yep.
After
good
this
pop.
match.
Good pop too by the crowd, which I thought the crowd was good tonight. But of course, it's Chicago. They got a huge week of pro wrestling. I mean, not only tonight they have SmackDown and of course Survivor Series coming up. So huge week of wrestling in Chicago.
Yes. Speaking of, real quick, I'll throw this out there and we'll talk about it later. Rampage and Collision running up against Survivor Series.
Might as well. Screw it.
Yeah.
The numbers haven't been good the last couple of weeks. So you might as well throw a Hail Mary.
I mean, they are 2 weeks away from college football not being on Saturdays. Well, at least, regular season this week, then conference championship. But they're getting close. But honestly, if Time Warner wants to keep Collision around, I think they should move it to Tuesdays. Go head to head against AEW or go head to head against NXT. Tuesday, Wednesday show.
Which that could change because with the new TV deal, they're saying that NXT and Raw can move.
I know. And SmackDown can move too.
And well, they're kind of saying, hey, we'll just throw NXT on Wednesdays and go head to head. So
yeah. And Tony's kind of handcuffed himself. Like, I understand why he doesn't do it because he is part of the Jaguars, his dad owns the Jaguars, and I get that, but he's pretty much handcuffed himself because he says he doesn't want to go against the NFL. So that takes a lot of nights off. That takes Thursdays off the equation. That takes Mondays off the equation. So, kind of done it to himself.
Yep. Majin with a couple more here. He says, good thing they're getting Anna away from the former JAS. And then he says, who's more lost, though, the former JAS or what's remaining of the Outcasts? Which, whatever's going on there with Ruby and what's his face?
Angelo.
Yeah, there we go. I can't keep them apart.
I just think it's dumb. Ruby's too talented to do something like this. And Soraya, really, one of your bigger signees in the women's division, one of your more talented women. That's the storyline we're having her be a part of this pull Ruby away thing next.
Yeah. And Majin says it's not called Rampage anymore, according to Tony Storm. So you got to remember. I don't know what it's called now. I didn't catch it, but it's not Rampage. All right. Not sure what Shep's doing.
I heard something in the background there. I think he's hearing the same thing. So
I think somebody's trying to break in my building right now.
Oh. I hear what sounds
live
like
action
phone going off.
I do too. I hear a phone too, Shep.
I hear a phone, but I also hear people beating at the door out there.
It is Blackout Wednesday, so
yeah.
Jeez, I have an idiot friends.
It's probably exactly who it is. Stay tuned for this. Is like that segment of Raw when Austin broke into Pillman's house.
I think it is. I really do.
He just agreed he doesn't even know that.
What a bunch of idiots I have as friends. Bunch of idiots.
We were saying this is almost as entertaining as the Austin breaking into Pillman's house segment.
Yeah. No, I have a feeling they're out the door. So
they're not blackout yet, so they want to come finish blacking out.
Wait, pull that comment up that Majin just put down there because I'm guessing you guys talked about something that I didn't. Okay, who was hating on Swerve and Nana tonight?
Oh, Shep's always hating on Nana. He doesn't like the dance.
I don't like the dance, but I actually was really impressed with Swerve tonight.
Yes,
Swerve. Yeah, Swerve. Yeah.
Hey, we got a comment there.
Hey, Shep, this one's for you. It says it's from Darby Allen fan. Shep, let us in the barn.
Oh, I have a
Bring them
feeling.
on. Bring them on.
No, you really want those guys in here?
They're watching, so I mean, all right, here we go.
The algorithm might go in a whole different direction, everybody.
You
Buckle up.
never know what's going to happen on KOP. Oh, Lordy. While he does that, we're going to talk real quick before Shep gets back. We go backstage after the 6-man tag match to Renee Paquette again with Adam Cole. He says he is proud of MJF for accepting the match with Samoa Joe, Roderick Strong, and the Kingdom. Then appear, he asked where Strong was on Friday when he got dropped on his head. However, Cole says he isn't Strong's best friend anymore, and he tells him to back off and leave him alone.
Finally.
Yes, I know, right?
Yeah, about time.
Yeah.
But
dun, dun, dun.
I got a bunch of fucking jackalopes with me right now.
And there goes the explicit. Hey, we made it 41 minutes in. That's good, Shep.
Oh, I was already gonna mark it, so I already.
Hey, I know that guy.
Oh, Jesus Christ! This was a completely unexpected.
Hey, one of those guys is 1/3 of New World Order. So
yeah,
you gotta.
Yeah, that is 1/3 of the New World Order chili cook-off team.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
So,
is it just me, or is Adam Cole's beard really distracting?
It's weird.
It's obnoxious.
It's just like it's gray and it doesn't fit his face correctly, and it's just.
Well, you can't walk.
I hate to know what you say about mine. Oh man, now I'm curious what you guys think about my beard when I'm not around.
It's not Adam Cole like, so don't worry, Paul.
Yeah, there's no visible gray in it. You got to be close for that.
What is going on? What is going on?
I don't even know. All I know is Shep is putting a headband light on over his headphones. For those listening, and the light appears not to turn on.
For those listening, this is why you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can't get the full effects without seeing the podcast.
I really. Yes. Oh, hey, I want one of those. There we go.
Fireball.
Hey, I have some of those in my coat pocket too from the renewal. That's where my drink tonight came from.
Down the hatch.
Down the hatch. Here we go. Salute.
Wait. Not yet.
A little too late.
It's turned a shit show.
I've seen a worse reaction from Shep when drinking something that moonshine stuff he did that one week.
Oh my god,
yeah, I missed that.
I wasn't expecting that it was 128 proof. I thought it was the shitty proof stuff that I had the week before. It was red and this was blue. I about died. I really about died.
There's a short of it on our YouTube channel. Go check it out.
Yes.
Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Up next,
we still talking about Dynamite.
Yeah, we are.
Here and there.
We're almost through. Yeah. Amongst everything else. Up next, Christian Cage and his gang of boys come down. His sons. Misfits. There we go. He says that Nick Wayne didn't get the loss. He didn't get the loss. Luchasaurus got the loss. He decides he will rename Luchasaurus after his finishing move, the kill switch.
Dumb.
Throughout this, Luchasaurus kind of been hesitant to take the knee, to take the name. And then he tells Nick Wayne he will forever be known as the Prodigy. He loves him. He's like the son he never had. Then Nick's mom comes down. Christian's going off on her. Luchasaurus or kill switch, or the guy in the mask steps in. She gets knocked down. Christian tells Nick to get chairs. They go to set her up for the concerto. Of course, the whole time you knew Copeland was going to come down. Nails Wayne with a spear, hits Man in Mask with a boot. He rolls out. Christian rolls in as Copeland's got the chair. He goes to hit Christian. Copeland goes to hit Christian. Man in mask pulls Christian out. And Copeland hits another spear on Nick Wayne and then gives him a concerto all while his mom watches.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go through with that. I thought he would kind of realize where he was because commentary's like, I think he's blacking out. He doesn't know where he was. But I like the aggressive side of Adam Copeland tonight. I'm enjoying the prolonging this rivalry of Christian and Copeland. And I think, I don't know if we get it. It's probably going to be at World's End. I was going to say Revolution, but that's not till February or March. So probably.
Ashton says Christian should have just called him the prodigy Nick Cage, which when he said he was his son that he never had, I seriously thought that's where they were going.
I mean,
Majin says Copeland's spears since joining have hit different. He also hit an impaler DDT before the concerto.
Yeah, except the cameraman missed it. The cameraman missed the impaler. So
you guys are missing the big point here. You really think Nick Wayne's mom's single?
I'm gonna do some research.
I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research.
I mean, Nick Wayne's way younger than me, and I could be a really, really good mentor.
Thought you were asking for a friend.
I mean, I'm asking for Judd.
Dana Wayne.
Yeah,
I'm asking for Darby Allin fan.
She's got rings on. I mean, those could still be from when her and Buddy were married, but
you just revealed Darby Allin fan's identity. Way to go.
Dun dun.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did.
Are they still watching along on YouTube?
Google's not giving me anything.
They are still watching along on YouTube, but I'm trying to stay focused here somewhat.
Yeah, Google's not giving me anything, so yeah.
I'm gonna say, just for my own preference, she's still
fantasy.
She's still single.
Yeah. But I even though I'm not huge on Luchasaurus or Dino Douche as Cornette and Shep call him, or Man in the Mask as
Dino Douche.
I did enjoy the difference in his character tonight. It's coming. The babyface turn's coming, and the crowd was getting into it. I can dig that a little bit.
It's hard to be a babyface when you can't talk.
That's true. I'd rather him do this crap than do the BT crap he used to do. So
yeah, all right, good point there.
Did Paul freeze? Oh no, there he is.
No, I'm still here. I was reading intensely.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I was trying to find something to help out there, but all I found was a picture.
Do you guys think we get Copeland and Cage at World's End?
Yeah,
I do. I don't think we're gonna hold it.
Unfortunately, I think it should be on the bigger level, but I think we do.
Yeah, TNT title probably.
Yes.
We go back. This is going downhill, boys.
After this segment, we go backstage again with the former JAS and Anna J. She's sick of the fighting as she questions if they're there to help her or not. Ange then gets a call from Ruby Soho, and she questions if he will be in her corner or not.
Next.
I fast forwarded this one.
Yeah, that was did what I was supposed to do for the match tonight, but
I was short on time, so I fast forward.
Shep and I kind of already talked about this at the beginning. So up next is the next match in the Continental Classic.
Right.
Your thoughts on this entire thing, going from being a Triple Crown champion to combining the titles for one.
Yeah. I like what they're
Daniel
trying
Garcia being in it.
I like what they're trying to do here. It reminds me of what TNA did a while back. They did a tournament similar for a couple years there. And I think it adds something to the New Japan Strong title and the ROH title, which they're not doing anything with. I'm hoping, this new Continental title can be the title to represent all of them. I don't like the idea of the champion carrying 3 titles around. I think that's kind of dumb. So whoever wins this tournament is the Triple Crown champion.
But
But
it kind of shits on the ROH title, doesn't it?
it does, but I think he already shit on the whole promotion when Joe just gave up the TV title.
So if you still want people to submit to or subscribe to Honor Club, is it truly going to turn into an AEW developmental?
I think that's what they should do for it, but I don't think they're gonna. But
it's confusing.
It's a confusing tournament. I mean, I like the 3 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, yada yada. Gold, blue, all the competitors, they're worthwhile, worthy competitors. But the thing that's confusing to me is, so for the next year after that, this Triple Crown title can change hands a ton, but whoever wins it is guaranteed a spot in next year's. I don't know. It's going to get kind of confusing to me, I guess. I mean, like, if Eddie loses, he's not going to lose the titles right away. The titles aren't going to change hands until the end of World's pay-per-view. So it's really kind of confusing. But I like what they're trying to do, I guess, but it's not the easiest thing to follow.
Right. So towards the end of this match, Roosh looks for bullhorns, but White tries to reverse with the Blade Runner. That doesn't work. Roosh pushes White, who almost hits the official in the corner. However, with the official blind to it, White connects with a low blow. That opens up the chance for him to deliver Blade Runner to secure his 3 points in a win.
Wasn't that Rensburg? Wasn't he roughing the match? Or no?
No.
No.
It was the other guy from the old guy from WWE with the shitty haircut.
Paul Turner? Or a different one. No, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Roosh, man, I don't know if anybody lays it in AEW like Roosh does. Jesus criminy.
He's good.
Some of those chops, man.
If he could talk, he would be really good. But he can't talk.
I mean, I guess that's another thing about this tournament. I think it's kind of predictable. I think we're gonna get.
He's winning it all.
What?
Well, it's round robin, so you don't know what you're gonna get right now.
I guess in my mind, there's two possible outcomes for the finals matchups. I guess what I'm saying, but I don't want to spoil for anybody, so I'll keep those to myself.
Do you think Eddie will win it though?
Yes.
I think Eddie's in the finals. I think Eddie's in the finals.
Eddie wins it.
Okay.
I think he's in the finals and against one of two guys.
All right. Up next, Tony Storm's acceptance speech, like she won this in an award ceremony, which was okay. Sure. Next.
I thought this was funny, actually. I thought it was creative to take a spin. I liked actually she won an award and, Mariah May out there. And I could see how it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I think the creativeness and just the different, we've never really seen somebody do something like this. I can respect that.
It was, but it's like, again, the guys in the production truck weren't paying attention, hit her music mid-speech. She had to stop and go, I'm not done yet.
I know.
And then move on. It could have been better. Let's put it that way.
I agree with that, but yeah.
Up next is another women's sighting tonight in a triple threat match. Anna Jay, Sky Blue, Ruby Soho. Did I miss some stipulation around this match or anything, or was it just 3 women in the match?
As far as I know, unless I missed anything, it was just 3 women in the match.
Okay. All right. So just checking there. Towards the end, Sky Blue tries to hit Code Blue. Anna Jay blocks it, plants her face first until Soho breaks it up. Blue hits several knee strikes and then a pump kick, but that sends Soho into the arms of Ange. Jay then questions what is happening while Saraya pulls her away from the situation. While everyone argues, Blue hits a cutter to Jay and gets the win. Interesting women's match. I'm sure Shep fast forwarded straight through this match as he normally does the women's. But I'm digging the aggression that we're starting to see more and more from Sky Blue.
Yeah, her finisher was hit more clean tonight, but I don't think you could have hit it any more not clean last week.
Yeah.
It's a hard finisher to hit.
It is, and I don't know if she's quite strong enough to hit it clean all the time, to be honest. But
yeah, I think it's going to depend a lot on who her opponent is. You get her in there with someone who has a little more experience, like Anna Jay, able to
get
take
up
it
for it
better.
a little more. Yeah.
Yep.
But no, good win for her. I mean, I see a big 2024 for Sky Blue. Let me put it that way.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Majin says Anna Jay shows out every chance she gets. If she can keep it up, I'm going to need a women's title or something coming her way.
Yeah, she's put in the work. I mean, she's not as hot of a talent as she was at one point, I think. But that's not her fault of her own. I mean, that's when the Dark Order was pretty hot. But hopefully she finds it, because I think she's got the most potential. Her and Garcia out of that group. The rest, meh.
Yep.
I mean, Daddy Magic's entertaining, but I don't know if he could ever be a single star.
Just leave Cool Hand, Ange, and Daddy Magic to do the DraftKings commercials. They perfect for those.
Who's gonna get the chair?
Are you drinking Prime? Really? Really?
He's a big fan of the U.S. champion over in that other company.
Honest to God, I saw that story the other day. I hadn't had them, so I bought one of each of the 4 flavors, and pretty good.
I heard there's shit.
They're very, very, very sugary for a hydration drink. I got the hydration one. I didn't get the energy drink.
You know what? I knew you were Stanford, Connecticut through and through.
Oh my God.
You and fucking Uncle Vince. Good shit, Tanner.
Shit.
Good shit, Tanner. Good shit. You're drinking fucking Prime on an AEW podcast? Are you kidding me? Come on.
So if he's going to act like Logan Paul, do we need?
I'll calm down now.
So since I share the name of the gentleman who currently is in charge of a lot of the company, I'll say it. Tanner, there are some things we don't do in that belt, and one of them is we don't fuck in that belt. Be sure to take the belt off before you fuck your wife.
He fucked in the belt. He fucked in the belt.
I don't have the belt right now, so
that's true.
Even though I am the champ. So.
Shep, don't you do it either.
Hey, it's in my office actually. So.
Classic choose your own adventure.
So drive down and get it.
Yes, I need to pick that up, and then I'll obey your rules there, Paul. So,
all right, main event time, right? Main event time.
Yes.
Well, we did miss the Wardlow segment. Backstage, as he says MJF's downfall will happen on his time. Fox comes to give him advice, but he gets dropped by a headbutt.
Why would AR Fox give Warlord advice? It makes no sense at all.
Unless he's one of the men in the masks.
Oh, I think Wardlow's definitely one of the men in the mask.
Oh, yeah. I'm an AR Fox too.
Oh, I think Wardlow is.
Nah.
Well, I know Wardlow is.
No, those guys are not that big. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys hit on this before. You guys must have before I got on there with the devil tonight showing up with that stupid voiceover laugh.
Right as Joe's music hit.
Yeah, and MJF and Cole were in the ring. I saw somebody say, well, that was definitely Jack Perry because that sounded like his voice. I'm like, no, it didn't, but okay.
No, it didn't. I don't know. Let's find Jack Perry, run his voice through a modulator and see how it sounds.
Sounds like too much work.
Yeah. Then I want Jack Perry to go, what's your favorite scary movie? I mean, if we're using a voice modulator, you got to do Ghostface. Sorry.
We are all over the place tonight. This is definitely the night before Thanksgiving.
I think
event time.
I think all my guests left. Thank God.
Yeah.
I only had to mute your microphone once, so.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Main event time. Mark Briscoe, John Moxley, and the Continental Classic. This was a hard-hitting match at points. Briscoe got busted open. Towards the end of the match, he tried to hit the J Driller, but Moxley responds with a King Kong lariat, then a Death Rider. Briscoe kicks out to shock his opponent. The two men go back and forth once again until Moxley hits a stomp, and then another Death Rider, and this time he can't respond. Post-match, though, Briscoe went to leave the ring, and Mox called him back in to shake his hand as a show of respect.
Yeah, I think my favorite part of the match was Briscoe kicking out of the Death Rider.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't see that coming. I thought it was over right then and there.
It's kind of like...
It was the first one, though, and I felt like he didn't hit it. It didn't look like he hit it 100%, so kind of like him kicking out the first one. But
Majin says, Moxley didn't bleed. I'm shocked. Well, I looked away for a second, and I saw blood and immediately went, oh, it's Mox. Oh, no, it was Briscoe.
Yeah, but Mox had blood on the side of his mouth. So
yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So there you have it. Dynamite on Blackout Wednesday, Drinksgiving, Friendsgiving, Thanksgiving Eve.
There you go.
Let's go over our ratings. And since you're the reigning and not so defending champion who doesn't even have a belt, Tanner.
I kicked your guys' ass the other day.
I was good the first half of the show.
Whooping.
Yeah, but
I was right there with you.
My show made way more sense. My bookie made way more sense than Tanner's did.
The only match I missed was we all missed the match of the night, the Texas Death Match.
Yep.
I'm glad with the outcome. I'm glad Swerve won. Swerve's turned into one of my favorites.
All right. So here's one thing that I don't think I saw in the group text. What was the final outcome of the score, Tanner?
I would have to add it up. I just know I cleaned house. So
landslide.
I don't think it was that big of a landslide, was it? I mean, maybe Paul, but not me.
Go to kickingOutShop.com and buy that Paul 318 shirt that says, I'm just here to be wrong.
Promo code BLACK23 for free shipping through December 1st.
Oh, okay. I wasn't even to the promo code yet, but hey, nice to know.
That's all right. I'm looking up the picks right now. Give me a minute. I'll do the math.
317 says, you better make it a double.
Exactly.
319 doesn't have a catchphrase yet.
Exactly, because Tanner,
I'm the champ. I don't need one.
Hey, 319 says, Tanner, I'm married. I got to go home now.
I was going to say that or I got it right the first time. It'd be nice to him.
Sorry. Hey, just to let you know, Paul was pretty hard on you early, Tanner.
I'm sure I'll hear it tomorrow when I'm tomorrow morning.
Yeah. It was all Paul. It was all Paul. It wasn't me. I was sticking up with you. So.
See, I thought you guys were going to say 319. That's good shit, pal.
Well, that's good shit.
There's that one.
Well, I mean,
Uncle Vinny's always right.
I was
telling Paul, not.
I was telling Paul, hey, Paul goes, hey, he's gonna do a lot better on his second marriage. I'm like, well,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, damn, throwing me under the bus.
Well, I threw you under the I threw you under the bus and then I backed it up over you.
Yeah. Jesus. Wow.
We had a second marriage discussion before you came on here, Tanner. So.
All right. Good to know.
To let you know.
It took us like 20 minutes to even get started on Dynamite because we covered everything else first. And by everything else, I mean just
everything else.
Everything else.
Where Tanner was, the fact that Shep called you a massive heel asshole.
It's all right. It's all right. Final scores the other night. I had 38, Paul 30, Shep 24.
Yes.
It's all the women's matches. Them damn women's matches.
We should cut one of the two.
We should cut them out.
One of
Maybe.
the two. Yeah, Tanner, you got your 2 women's matches. It may have been a pay-per-view, but hey, you got 2 women's matches in one night.
I did, and I got them right, and I got the ladder match right because of Big Bill. Thank you, Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Fucking Big
Fucking
Bill.
Big Bill.
Bill
You
Big.
know what? The only good thing about Big Bill right now is Ricky Starks will not recognize his
He and
fiance.
Lexi Nair. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You know,
Lexi
you know
Nair,
that's Diamond's daughter, right? Diamond House Page.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Majin says on the DraftKings
Ooh,
questions, he got
nice.
6 out of 8.
Oh,
I
nice.
sucked.
Nice.
I sucked on those this time.
I haven't looked. I'll look
I
right
did.
now.
I did really bad.
I didn't even attempt it. I haven't logged into my DraftKings since I got my new phone. And I got this phone like 2 years ago. So,
I'm saving money that way.
Well, I must have done good because I made 16 cents.
All right.
Woohoo! So you got like 2.
Easy, Paul.
Well, one thing I will give AEW when it comes to DraftKings, they do make sure that you are aware that it's your share of
Right.
the prize, not
the whole
you
pot.
could win it.
Right.
The first one I heard in WWE was you could win $25,000, and I'm like, oh, cool.
Well, it's a share of $25,000.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they don't always say that over in that other company that Tanner loves so much.
Mother.
Tanner's uncles.
He's got a legacy with them, okay? All right,
Legacy?
Tanner.
I mean, he saw the Punjab prison match, though.
I did see a Punjab. I got 5 out of 8. I did better than I thought, but still.
I got 0 out of it because I didn't.
But I got nothing. I won $0, so I didn't even win any cents.
I got 6 out of 8 in 16 cents.
So Majin probably
apparently-
got that too, or whatever Canadian money.
Oh, fuck. Canadian money, he got 6 out of 8 and got $42.
He says the only 2 he got wrong was how the match would have ended and the devil inclusion.
Yeah. Congratulations on your $42.
So before we get to our ratings, since we're talking about Majin and Canada and stuff, so I do a couple podcasts a week, and on my Monday night podcast, it's always we do an on this day thing. And it was my turn to read, so I'm reading sporting events that happened on November 20th, right? And I get to one in 1998, and it's about Eric Lindros, who was I don't know what team he was on. I think he might have been a Flyer at the time. He bit San Jose Shark Marty McSorley. So I had to go in to talk about Marty on
Marty.
my podcast.
Dude, Marty's a freaking legend.
What a legend. What a legend.
Fucking legend. You know what? I bet you I can get you want me to get Marty on this podcast?
Absolutely. Yes.
I'll get Marty on this podcast and I'll have him tell Majin he's a bitch. Because Marty
I think
McSorley's
Majin will be ready for that one.
Yeah,
I think we need to get permission from Marty to make McSorley KOP t-shirts and sell them on the shop.
I can handle that.
Yes.
You're on it. I want answers by 6 a.m. tomorrow. Damn it.
Well, the funny thing is I went to college with a bunch of Canadian guys that know him, so we can get it handled. I think.
Love it.
I would love a KOP shirt. This is Marty McSorley and just his crotch shot. Because he was a badass son of a buck.
Are we at ratings now? Is that
Actually, hold on. Here we go. Marty McSorley in Majin, right? And then we just have Marty go, bam, to Majin. Perfect. Let's print them up. I even autographed one for you, Majin.
It's not even worth 16 cents, Majin. Don't worry, but
I'll pay the shipping.
Visit kickingOutShop.com. Free shipping with promo code Black23 through December 21st.
December 1st.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Well,
There'll be something else for holidays.
Hey, Paul's drinking tonight, so you gotta give him a little bit.
I'll give him a little leeway.
Yeah.
You act like I never drink, Shep. Thanks.
I'm just giving you a little bit of I'm trying to help you out, Paul.
I was
Give me a
just
little
trying to
push.
extend it. Just do it all month.
He's giving you the rub. He's giving you the push.
Yeah. All right. So Tanner, rating.
7-7.
Oh.
That was a pretty solid show. Nothing spectacular, but I mean, there was nothing real huge storylines coming out tonight besides Joe and MJF, I guess, as far as the next pay-per-view is. But the Continental Classic got off in a hot way, even though I thought all three matches were predictable. I thought it was good in-ring action tonight. So I think that's what AEW is focusing on right now, in-ring action. But we do need to get those stories going too for the next month's pay-per-view, because as of last pay-per-view, we already knew like a match, if not two at this point, a month ahead of time. So
We know Joe MJF.
yeah, we know one.
We know the
so.
finals of the Continental Classic. There's your two matches.
All right. Fair enough, Paul. Still sticking at my 7.7.
All right, Shep, what do you got?
I'm right there with Tanner. Maybe not so high, but I'll go 7.5.
Wow, pretty close.
That's a high score for me, and I love the Continental matches we got tonight. I thought they were great. The other matches I could give a shit less about, but I think if we do a whole month of this story building with the Continental Classic matches, yeah, I could take it.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, if you think about Group A, or was it Group Gold,
Golden Blue,
whatever. If you think it, when you start thinking about the matchups we could have there, oh man, and we're gonna get this on free television.
Yeah. We're spoiled.
Yeah.
I mean, Brody and Eddie is gonna be stupid physical Saturday night.
Man.
Yeah. So again, 7.5. Pretty good show for me.
Well, both of you took my rating. I went 7.7 originally. Tanner took that, so I went 7.5. Shep took that.
Well, there's
7.3.
There's one in between there, big dog.
I thought for sure he was taking the easy route out. So
I don't want to take the easy route out. I don't. I mean, I'm going 7.3. Some storylines that don't exactly make a whole lot of sense to me. So, like the Ruby Soho bullshit.
It makes sense. It's just not. It's not my cup of tea. I don't care.
Hey, it's far from my cup of tea. So
yeah.
All right, wrestler of the night, Shep.
Ooh, man, I had two of them, and I'm gonna go with the guy that won, and that's Swerve Strickland. It has to be. I was gonna go with Mark Briscoe because I just love the dude, and take his past out of it. I just love the guy. I love his work. I love his comedy. But the last two shows, it's hard to go past Swerve. And Tanner, stop it.
Majin went 7.
I've been doing it all week. I've been driving
Swerve.
my wife nuts all week with that dance. So.
You know what? I hope. Like I don't approve domestic abuse, but I really hope she hits you in the face.
She's getting good at the flare chop. God.
Oh,
hey. Oh
Ooh.
yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I'm right. Yeah, if she starts doing that, then we got problems. But yeah, she's getting pretty good at the chop.
Sounds like a KOP YouTube short coming soon.
That actually would be pretty entertaining.
That'd be hilarious. Actually,
Here's
what we do. We'll have all three of our wives, Ric Flair, chop us, and we'll rate the best ones.
Ooh.
That's actually a great viral idea. Knowing my luck, my wife's got throat chop me and do it on purpose.
No, I'll tell the wife to hit me in the man. I have man boobs, so
Majin wants to see it. So there we go. We got a holiday weekend, boys.
Oh man.
All right, here we go. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll videotape between now and New Year's Eve. Okay.
All right.
Ooh,
That gives some time.
Which is World's End, right?
Yep.
We'll do a short of our our lucky halves because they're lucky to be with us, right?
Oh, they are. My God.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll all talk them into doing a Ric Flair chop on us.
I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
And if you take the shirt off and go skin to skin, it's a little bit extra bonus points. Just throwing it out there.
Also,
Nope.
no-
Nobody wants to see this.
I have to take my nipple rings out, okay?
It draws.
My nipple rings. Yeah.
You
I
do
don't-
that, Shep.
I don't have nipple rings. I really don't have nipple rings. But maybe, I mean, can you get those magnetic ones, right?
I can't stress this enough. If you're listening to this podcast, you are missing out. You have to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see the chaos.
Oh.
Yes. Shep, we'll do that, and then we'll get some of the guys that I know from that one promotion that I've been a part of in the past, and see if they are willing to chop Darby Allin fan.
Ooh. I'll get Darby Allin fan in the middle of this. Darby Allin fan was a bad influence tonight, so
Happens.
yes.
All right, Tanner, who's your wrestler of the night? Try to
Well,
get this thing back on
Shep-
track somewhat.
Shep took mine. I mean, it's kind of a spoiler alert. I'm gonna have some big predictions for Swerve for 2024 on our last KLP episest of the year. I mean,
I need to start doing that.
I don't think that's a surprise because I've been talking the guy up, and he and Hangman, that was the best Texas death match I've seen. That was so intense the other night and stole the show. I could have done without the blood drinking spot. That was a little much for me, even though it's memorable because I've never seen it done before. But okay, so Shep took him. Good win for him over Lethal tonight. I'm gonna go Jay White. I know he had to cheat and hit the low blow to get the win over Roosh, but I'm glad they're already giving him a win because all I saw was the IWC bitching all week long about how Jay White's now buried and should have gave the title to him. Blah blah blah. We knew he wasn't going to win with how the story was going, and I don't see him losing to MJF buried whatsoever. Yeah, he lost to a guy with one healthy leg, but MJF had a cheat to win that match. So,
Yeah.
Jay White's fine. He's just fine. He's still one of the best. And MJF put him over tonight. Said he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. So, Jay White's just fine.
And let's be honest, the guy that's going to take this belt off of MJF is going to be Adam Cole.
Unfortunately, I think you're right. And I say unfortunately because I think Swerve should be the guy. He's that hot right now. He
He is, but this storyline is going to.
I know.
I mean, we all bitch about Tony Khan and his storylines, but I think this storyline is going to last the whole 2024.
It can't go that far.
No, it can. It can because the way MGF is going to worry about his contract, MGF is going to worry about his best friend, and in between you're going to have guys like Samoa Joe, guys like Jay White, guys like Omega come in and try to challenge him, and they're just going to string this on. And seriously, I think at the end of 2024, Adam Cole beats him for the title.
I just don't know if the fans can hang on that long. There's no patience amongst wrestling fans anymore.
But hold on, when you say patience, if MJF continues his in-ring work and mic work, which is better than his in-ring work, how would they not continue to support this guy until the end of 2024?
Well, here's my counter to that. What if they do this? What if they reveal that at World's End, I know that's coming up, that Adam Cole's the devil, but we know he's on the shelf for a while, right? Assuming his injury is legit. Mm-hmm. So while you're waiting for Cole to come back and MJF to eventually go against him, MJF has to go against his henchmen one by one.
Okay, then it just strings it on, right?
Yeah, I mean that's another way to do it, but we would then know. I feel like they need to reveal Cole as the devil sooner rather than later. I don't mind stretching out 2024 till we get the match, but I think they have to reveal the devil sooner or later, or it's going to the story's going to kind of fall off for a lot of people.
Well, if they do that, then they got to reveal him in what? February, March. And then they could keep the storyline going. But
yeah, because I think we're going to have a different talent in the main event All In, bruv.
Oh,
No.
for sure.
Oh,
I don't think
he's.
he's champion, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
all right. Let me ask you this: do we reveal Cole as the devil while they still hold tag titles to make the story even more interesting?
That's a good question.
No.
Yeah, I want to say no as well. Got to get him off first.
Yeah.
So you want him to drop him? All right. So who takes him off of MJF?
The Guns actually would be a good team to do it, but I don't see them doing it.
I think they go back to the Bucks or the FTR, and either one of those teams make a run and hold AEW, ROH, New Japan. That like we see another run like FTR did a couple years ago. So, especially with Bucks, all of a sudden decide they're going to be the dipshit heels. Yeah.
They got a spokesman now with Cutler, and I think Cabana's going to be also a heel. So it's kind of going to be like Team Bucks or Young Bucks Club or something. I don't know. It's going to be weird, but
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. But Kenny and the Golden Jets, Kenny and Chris, they're gonna beat Ricky and Big Bill for those tag team titles. It's gonna be weird, but they're gonna do it.
Big Bill.
Stop it, Paul.
Ooh, I like what Majin just said. I could see them winning the ROH when Mark Davis gets healthy. I like that.
Aussie Open, since Ospreay is on his way in.
Yeah.
I
I loved Aussie Open. Really do.
Aussie.
Oi.
All right. So getting back on track here, my wrestler of the night making his return, Danhausen. I'm
evil.
a Danhausen fan. I'm very evil.
You're
very
evil.
Very, very evil. I've always been a Danhausen fan since he came into the company.
Oh, he's creative. Dude's creative.
Absolutely love his stuff. So, all right, guys. I know we're already an hour and 23 into this, so we'll make this part quick. But
so, what do you guys want to talk about?
Little war games.
Legacy.
War game.
Voices.
The Viper.
Apex Predator.
Yeah, no, I've always been a Randy Orton fan, so I'm excited for the guy to come back, especially since there was, his doctors didn't want him to come back. So
I didn't watch Monday night. Is he announced now Monday night?
No, they never announced his name. They never actually said his name, but Cody said, old friend I have history with, a legacy with.
The crowd hearing voices.
The crowd started chanting Randy, and he goes, "They're right." So, yeah.
Jey Uso's face, though, when he said that.
Well, there's a lot of history there with Randy and the Bloodline.
Jey was a big part of helping take Orton out. So,
but here's an interesting thing to watch. I mean, I might watch War Games later on. I doubt I watch it live because if I watch anything, I'm going to watch Collision and Rampage live Saturday because I'm
I got
like
three things to watch.
And but anyways, I could see Orton, even if he's face, doing the punt more than RKO because RKO is a movie laying on your back. That dude just got back fusion. I don't know if he can do the RKO much longer, unfortunately, even though it's one of my favorite moves of all time. So
of course,
and my prediction is the faces win, but Orton turns on Cody after the match. That's your next Cody feud before Roman.
Mm.
It'd be a big time feud.
That could work.
That could work.
And that could main event Royal Rumble.
Correct.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Even though I've seen a lot of predictions having Cody winning the Rumble again, I don't like that. As big of a Cody fan I am, I don't want to see him go back to back.
Well, if he does, he's got to do it from number one
I agree.
because he came in late last year, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Like 20,
One of the
27.
final 3. Yeah.
I think he was 27th last year. So if you have him do the Rumble this year, he's got to be 1 or 2.
Yep.
Start it from scratch and then go.
Mhm.
That's the only way that would make the Rumble elevate him a little bit.
I'd rather see whoever's going to challenge Seth, assuming Seth still has it. I'd rather see them win the Rumble, but we'll see.
Yes. So, all right, Tanner. This goes back to last week. You had to sign off for other reasons that we're not going to talk about here right now. We'll leave that to Shep.
It wasn't what you guys said. I wish it was, but it was not that.
But
wait, hold on. What refresh me on what I said because I slept since then.
I don't remember your exact wordage, or your verbiage, but
Did I
you
say
were
you guys?
insinuating it's the honeymoon phase.
Oh, I said you're gonna go make a baby.
no, it was. I wish that was the case. That was not the case. So I'll be completely honest with everybody.
That was tonight. So
I
there's
had
been
to
a
turn the fan down. It's cold.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Sorry.
There's been
Sorry.
a lot of rumors flying around, and you follow the dirt sheets. Both of you do more than I do. That the ring general Gunther, couldn't think of his name for a minute. Wanted to call him Walter. Still accurate, but still. Is having issues where he can only work in the U.S. for right now. He's going into this feud with The Miz. Does The Miz take the IC title off of him?
Yes. Yes.
The Miz is the biggest underdog since bets have been placed on pro wrestling for this match. It's the biggest underdog. It's plus something just stupid.
Browns beat the Steelers for the first time in history. Anything's possible from Cleveland.
Yeah. No, with Miz going 100% face, I could see them putting a title on him. So
You're gonna have the Miz break that ring. Oh God.
Well, here's the
Sorry,
thing.
Paul. I know you're a big Miz guy, and I think he's underrated,
no.
but not. Ugh.
They're trying to eliminate older names off of the record books. This Miz would tie for the most number of reigns as IC champion if he happens to beat Gunther this weekend, tying Chris Jericho.
Interesting. Make it
So if you look at everything they're doing with every title holder right now, they're eliminating some of that older history of people who are no longer in the company, people who are banned, no longer welcome back. I mean, Jericho says he can go back, but at the same time, he's gone on record on his own podcast saying he's kind of blacklisted from there.
yeah, I'm going Miz for sure.
I'm going Gunther, but you guys make a compelling case.
You want to put the title up against it there, Tanner?
I don't even have it in my possession, so no.
Actually, it's in my possession, in my office.
Exactly.
But we could change our little things on the bottom. I'll take the Miz. You take Gunther. You want to do it? You want to do it? Come on.
You know what? You're on.
You're on. Yes. Let's go, Miz.
I never thought I'd see Shep this excited to support the Miz.
You're pretty right, Paul.
I have that type of reaction because I've been a Miz fan since day one. But
if the Miz doesn't win, I will take the KOP title. I will put it in a fancy little box, and I will overnight it to Mr. Prima Donna in Fort Wayne. If not, if I win, I'm going to take this title, and it might be, I'm getting ready to paint this room, and I got a bunch of shit getting ready to hang on the wall. It's you know what? It's probably just going to go over the shoulder for the whole next week's episode. Okay? I love it. Let's go, Miz. All right.
Chop the shit out of him, Gunther.
Oh, he will. Oh,
He will. Yeah.
Miz is gonna have blood coming from them pecs of his, but I have faith in my Miz.
Oh, my ear mess. Okay.
I do, and the reason the fuck is that's a fucking spider on my computer. What the hell is that? Sorry. I really
rabbit
think
holes.
yeah, sorry. I have my laptop on this bar, and there's a black spider coming across.
It's your friend.
I really think they're going to give Miz one last little run, and I think it starts with the IC title. So, and he's done really well with that belt. So,
It'll just give me another reason to hate that company.
I like the Miz right now, man. I really do.
All right. So who would you have?
You're
I mean,
drinking
you got
pride.
Logan Paul as
Yeah.
U.S. champion right now. Okay.
Smart business
The dude who within a week of having the title ended up in a pawn shop trying to see how much it was worth at
The
a
dude
pawn
can go
shop.
in the ring. The dude can go in the ring for a non-wrestler.
I will give him props for saving Ray in that match because Ray could have seriously hurt himself. But
you know who
I didn't like him when he was strictly social media. So
I don't think they've built up anybody good enough to take that IC title off Gunther yet. That's the problem.
not even maybe Big Bronson Reed.
Well, you say that, but Miz already has the background to take that off there. Multiple world champion.
So does Sheamus. Never has.
Sheamus has been on the shelf.
I know. I mean, they could go with a high end like LA Knight, yeah, but that would. I mean,
LA Knight's above the title right now.
that's fair.
Yeah.
And I could see LA Knight taking the U.S. title off Logan Paul eventually.
LA Knight wins the Rumble right now. I'm telling you right now.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Gunther.
Well, Gunther because he doesn't have the IC championship, and it gets him to Backlash or what is the one in between?
It's Elimination Chamber. It's in Australia this year.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, it'll all depend if he can wrestle outside of the country by then.
True.
That's one reason I'm leaning towards the Miz in this is because they've got so many overseas shows coming up here between now and WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Do you not want to have the IC title anywhere else?
Well, Backlash right after Mania is in Germany.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't wait to win the KOP title on a WWE bet. It's gonna be like when Russo won the WCW title. Don't you dare compare me to Russo.
I just did that.
That's mean. Like I thought we were friends. Like I thought this was some really friendly banter, and then you called me Russo.
You know.
Tanner, I think it might be time to be looking for a new KOP Predictions Championship.
I got to create my own, huh?
You know what? Here's I'm gonna make an asterisk on our bet. When I win the next Wednesday, you have to come up when it says Tanner Lee, and you're gonna have to say, "I love Russo" below you. You have to say that too.
Do I get to pick what you have to say?
Sure.
Okay. All right,
you can pick whatever you want. You can pick whatever you want.
You're on.
Yes.
Big deal.
Sure.
Nah, it'll be something better than that. I'll come up with something.
All right, I'm empty, boys.
Yep.
Yeah. And we're an hour and 34 minutes into what I thought was going to be maybe an hour-long podcast.
Well, you're wrong.
Tanner, I'm going to let you hit the music, but I'll take us out of here. Be sure to follow the Kicking Out Podcast on all social media at Kicking Out Pod. Be sure to listen to the Kicking Out Podcast wherever it is you listen to your podcast. And if that happens to be Apple Podcasts, be sure to leave us that 5-star review because we are 5-star KOP. Be sure to check out kickingOutShop.com for all of your KOP merchandise. Support a great podcast. Look great doing so. And promo code BLACK23 gets you free shipping from now until December 1st. So get your stuff and get it shipped to you for free. Be sure to follow the KOP Predictions Champion on social media at TannerLee92. Be sure to follow the next KOP Predictions Champion, Austin Shepard, at the Shep27. And be sure to follow myself at Paul Zartman921, the guy who's always wrong. And with that, for Austin Shepard and Tanner Lee, I'm Paul Zartman. Join us again next week as we keep everything on track and kick out yet another podcast.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.